Good day, everyone. This is Tim, and I hope you're doing well. And this is the part I hate the most. I'm just packing for a red-eye flight, and after a long week, it's nice to connect with the friends and the coworkers and to do it in person. And it gets better because the friends and the coworkers are in Toronto, so I get a chance to go and visit them, and hopefully we get to connect and have a meal or two or three together. And really grateful that you can join as we embark on this little food adventure to Toronto, as we say. And we are almost unpacking, so really grateful that we can begin our journey together, and also really grateful to Exchange of America for sponsoring this video. When traveling for work or for pleasure, or in this case a little bit of both, there's always a lot to do, very hectic with work schedule or just daily life activities. And when you're traveling to a foreign country like Europe or Asia or Australia, I always make sure to have a little bit more of the local currency on hand for emergencies or for those places that just deal in cash. And it's always nice to be in a situation to have and not need rather than to need and not have. And Exchange of America is a great, convenient, efficient solution to buy and sell your foreign currency at competitive rates. So no more standing in those long lines at the foreign exchange kiosk, or worse yet, no more scrambling at the destination airport to find the currency stalls at unknown rates, or paying those outrageously high ATM fees at the foreign ATM machines. And what I really love about Exchange of America is that not only do they deliver the currency to you at your home or your office, and it's just one less thing to do, but after your travels and you have the remaining currency, it's very easy and convenient to sell your currency back to Exchange of America. All you have to do is sell your currency online, and they will provide you with a prepaid envelope to securely send your hard currency back to Exchange of America. So really convenient there. And I recall on a recent trip to Bangkok, Thailand, where they have fantastic buffets, amazing street food, and beautiful sights and scenery. And one thing in Bangkok, Thailand is that most of the transactions are done in cash, and I didn't realize just how quickly my Thai baht ran out. So at the end, I was at the mercy of the local ATM machines, where I was exposed to really high foreign exchange rates, and even worse, 20% of the cost of my transaction went to the ATM fees. So I was pretty surprised there. So as they say, it's better to have and not need rather than to need and not have. And let me show you just how easy it is to use Exchange of America. All you have to do, just go to exchangeofamerica.com, sign up for an account or continue as a guest, select your currency, and make your payment in many convenient ways with bank wire, e-check, credit and debit cards, and more, and have your currency delivered to you. So give them a try. Visit exchangeofamerica.com and sign up for an account, or just keep it in mind for your current trip or your future trip. One way to reduce the stresses of traveling. And speaking of stresses of traveling and reducing them, I'm just going to finish up the packing and we'll be on our way to a fantastic meal in Toronto. So thank you so much for joining. Come on, let's go, and just a bit of packing to do. And off we go. This is a rainy night in Vancouver as we head over to YVR to catch our flight over to Toronto on the plane, and then on the train and the bus. Thank you. And we have arrived. Hey again, everyone. This is not Toronto. This is a place called Scarborough. And right over there is the Canada's largest buffet with lots of dishes and lobster and Peking duck and all that. And unfortunately, it's not only cold in Toronto or the Greater Toronto area, but it is wet and rainy as well. So I think I brought the Vancouver rain with me. But I hope you're hungry. I can't wait to check out Canada's largest buffet. It's gonna be pretty impressive. Come on, let's go check it out. And if I'm a little shaky, that's because it's the cold, and thank goodness for the stabilization on the camera. But it's jittering and shaking, and can't wait to get inside. And those piles of rocks over there, they're not rocks. That is still snow, so I can't wait to get inside. Let's go. Ooh. Oh, wow. Oh, it's so nice to get out of the cold. And this is pretty impressive. Beautiful space, and this is still early, and they just opened a few minutes ago. And I can see the grand door to the buffet. Oh my God, so we don't enter through those doors. This is pretty massive. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Oh, thank you. So nice to get out of the rain and the cold. And even better is to have a nice warm cup of tea. Oh, much needed and a bit shaky from the cold. Cheers. So again, this is still early, but this is pretty grand. And this is the dining room that's soon to be filled. And over there is a stadium of buffet stations. So I can't wait to check it out. 20,000 square feet of buffet goodness. Come on, let's go. All right, so this is Canada's largest buffet. I think 20,000 square feet of food. And right over there is a dessert station and the appetizer and seafood station. And I got a chance to check out down there where it's the grill and the Peking Duck. And again, they just opened a couple of minutes ago, so they're still getting ready. So I think this is perfect timing before it gets like a madhouse. And I believe this is a beautiful sushi station. So what better place to start? Let's grab a plate. All right, and right off the bat, it is looking so good with the hardworking folks making the sushis and the roll, and starting off with a soft-shelled crab roll. So normally I'll stay away from the fillers, and while sushi is a filler, I think a soft-shelled crab roll would be a good reason for the sushi. Let's see what else. Ooh, you see all the clams being prepared. And this is a Philadelphia roll, but not just any Philadelphia roll, one with salmon and all that good stuff. And of course, the cream cheese. All right, and I better be judicious because I'm going for all the rolls here. And I don't think I can stop because I believe this is a signature red dragon roll. And this is the Asian Dragon Buffet. Let's go for one over here. Beautiful salmon on top. All right, and this one, the California roll, which we can skip there. Fresh squid. Oh, and this is really cool. This is a beautiful pressed sushi, and it is stuffed. So let's go for one of these. And I recall going to Miku in Vancouver where they have the stuffed and torched sushi. And if you ever plan a visit to Vancouver, do give Miku a try. Really delicious. And I think I'm gonna go for one more because I remember how great the sushi was. And I definitely have to restrain. Ooh, look at this. This is eel sushi, looking spectacular. Just one here. And as much as I would love to go for the shrimp sushi, there's just not enough room. So moving on, what do we have here? Rounding the corner. So now we are talking. We have the sashimi, beautifully sliced and presented. And starting off, a little bit of white tuna. And I believe this is tuna and not escolar, which is a little dangerous, but this is okay. So moving on from the white tuna, we have the red tuna. As the name implies, nice and red. Number one. And number two, maybe just one more. Okay. Oh, and beautiful salmon. And this is kind of nice. They have the lean, the less lean, the fatty, and the mixed. So let's go for a mixed salmon here with the fatty and the lean. All right. Oh, and some beautiful salmon tataki. I think we will go for one right over here. Now we go for the salads, from the seaweed to the crab to the seafood. And I believe there are more salads right over there. Passing through the dessert station and a little bit of breakfast. Beautiful looking waffles there, and be sure to give that a try. And they are still getting things ready. Hi there. So various pickles and radishes to get your appetite going, but just not a fan of pickles. But what I am a fan of is the seafood salad in the form of a shrimp salad. Oops, let's give that a try. Oh, gorgeous shrimp here. A spoonful and another. Oh, and an even better salad, a salad of duck right in the center. Oh, and it is getting better with the ginormous shrimp and the snow crab legs and something that is not my favorite, whelks or snails. So I'm gonna skip the shrimp, but I will go for the crab, and I'm gonna restrain a little bit because a gentleman there was saying his favorite was the crab, but in the hot food section. So let's go for one here. And maybe another. And what the heck, we'll give the whelks a try. How about just one here? And while this is a lot for the appetizers, I'm just gonna check out the hot food station to see if there's any crispy, crunchy goodness. Oh, and I already see a sign. There is lobster here, but it is on a coupon system. And I remember this is kind of like the Dragon Pearl buffet where you know, they limit you to the lobster, but there's so much food here. It's I think a little bit of everything is okay, and I see it right over there. Whoa. All right, and I see the lobster and the oysters right over there. So I gotta go back for that, and I gotta look for my coupon. But to finish off some of the appetizers, maybe something crunchy. Oh, an onion ring in the form of calamari. We'll sneak it here. Oh, and how can we resist? A spring roll to top it off. Right over here. Okay, and what a nice start to the buffet. Round one is looking pretty spectacular, and you might have noticed something new on the table because I just couldn't resist passing by the soup station, the hot and sour soup. So I couldn't resist with a nice big bowl, and even more important, something else that's on the table, one of the most important parts, our lobster and oyster coupon. We'll definitely have to go back for that after we finish all this, but it's always nice to find something else on the table, and that is a Hong Kong style milk coffee mixed tea. Give it a stir. And a swizzle. And what a nice way to recover from the cold. I always love the Hong Kong style tea or the Hong Kong style coffee. Very smooth, but really deep coffee, and I believe it's evaporated milk flavors to a great buffet. And while it is still nice and warm and crispy, I gotta go for the hot and sour soup with the crispy chips. There we go. Actually, that is a very good hot sour soup. Nice and spicy, and they are not shy about the spice, and definitely one of the best hot sour soups I've had at a buffet. Very nice. And let's give the shrimp salad a try. And nothing like a salad of shrimp. And look at this, huge pieces of shrimp in a mayonnaise sauce. Hard to pick up, but easy to eat. Really well done. A little bit of smokiness and some creaminess of the mayo and a bit of fruit to give it a bit of sweetness. Very nice. And I don't think I'm describing the shrimp salad and giving it the due justice, but if you're here, definitely go for the shrimp seafood salad. Very nice. And with the high hopes that's set with the shrimp salad, let's go for the duck salad. So a little bit of veggies for health and a lot of duck for flavor. That is a beautiful duck salad. Nice and meaty and ducky, and the veggies is a perfect balance to give it a bit of freshness. And before it gets too warm, we got to go for the sushi and the sashimi, and I can't wait to try the eel sushi. Very well done. Absolutely love the unagi. A little bit of sweetness, a bit of charredness, and just the perfect amount of rice and well cooked. Oh, so good. And I remember, as I was saying, Miku in Vancouver had a great pressed sushi aburi that is torched, and this is not the same thing, but looking pretty good as well. A bit of soy. Oh. This is very good. Smoked salmon on top, and a bit of cream cheese and avocados stuffed inside. Sushi pizza pocket style. And I gotta go for one of their signatures, and this is the red dragon roll. Mix up a little bit of wasabi and soy. The sushis are very well done, and as we're enjoying our first course and we're about 10 minutes into the buffet, it is beginning to fill up already, and it's like 5:15, so just before Warren, and I gotta try the Goldilocks of salmon. This one is too lean, this one is too fatty, this one is just right. A dunk. Oh. Beautiful sashimi. And as good as the salmon is, I'm gonna try the white tuna. If you're here, give the white tuna a try. Really delicious, really fresh. I don't believe this is escargot, so you can have, or escalar, so you can have as many of these as you want. Oh, very good. So, a lot to finish up, and I'll take you back for some of the hot food. Cheers. Round one complete, and that was a lot of food. Calamari ring, nice and crispy, and meaty on the inside. And to make it better, a dunk in the hot and sour soup. Really delicious, and I was inspired to do the same with the spring roll. And definitely one of the best vegetarian spring rolls I've ever had. And I gotta try the whelk. A lot of work to do because it spirals on itself. A bit of spaghetti action. And finally it comes out, but still not my favorite. So hoping for a bit of redemption with the crab, a little work. And can we get the whole piece out? Maybe not, but we can try and try again. And the cold crab was okay, and I met Howard at the buffet station there, and he was saying to get the hot crab, so I'll definitely need to do that. But to redeem everything, that salmon tataki, absolutely delicious. It may not look that way, but the flavors and the crunch of the shallots makes a perfect dish. And with that, let's go for round two. Come on, let's go. All right, so the buffet is definitely picking up. Just gonna grab a plate. All right, and the hot food is in full force, nice and steamy. And I will go for the lobster and the oysters last. And I'm not sure, but I believe we have someone standing guard over the lobster and the oysters, and just being a little bit discreet here. And let's go for some of the hot food, and we'll start right over there. So now I can speak up a little bit more. And oh, okay, so these are vegetarian steamed pork buns. I'll give that a pass, but this is really gorgeous here, and I don't expect to see something like this at a buffet. This is wild sockeye salmon belly, grilled up with all the nice butter and dill. And let's see, oh, some lemon chicken, some fish. And this is what Howard was talking about. That is the hot ginger crab. So I changed my mind on the fish because it's looking so good. May I go for one?
You want this?
Okay. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
Oh my goodness. All right, so the plate is already getting full and it's just 2 pieces of fish, but I'm gonna start hunting down some rice for that crab in ginger onion sauce. So let's see. Oh, and I see it right over there. It's gonna go for the rice. Yeah, thank you. Oh my goodness, and so many rice to choose from the steamed to the fried to the fried with barbecue duck. Let's go for a little bit of this right here. And oh, the beef sure goes quickly, but these are nice and fatty, and we'll come back for that. But we gotta go to the other side again. And it's nice to see the other stations starting to open. Oh, and here we go. Okay, so Howard was right. The hot crab seems to be a lot better. And I'm actually gonna go for the shell as well, right here. And a lot of the sauce. And moving on, some veggies, some crayfish. And this is interesting. This is lamb belly, so kind of the brisket of the lamb in a stew. And okay, very luscious and fatty, and a very traditional Chinese dish, especially when it's cold outside. Right here. And my goodness, more crab has arrived. Beautifully luscious. Perfectly cooked. So they certainly replenish it quick. And let's see. So these are some really Asian dishes. This is Sichuan boiled fish. So very flavorful, maybe spicy and numbing. So I'm gonna skip that. And some veggies. Oh, but gorgeous barbecue in the form of soya chicken. And a nice and fatty roasted pork. And I kind of like the fatty bits here. Also with a bit of meat. Nice and sticky, and some ribs here. And normally I'd go for that, but with all this food, it's just going to be too filling because we still have the lobster next, and the lobster is over there, crossing the buffet again. So it's about 20 minutes into the buffet, and there's already a lineup for the lobsters. And I believe we'll start over there. Let's see. Oh, and while we wait, beautiful beef steaks. Oh, is the line over here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I think I was on the wrong side of the line. Okay, okay, no problem. It is popular though, eh? Oh. Oh, what did you get, Charlie?
The lobster and oyster.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay, I'll
Alright.
wait for this.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so that was a mad frenzy for the lobster, and they ran out a bit, but quickly replenished. And to make it even better with the surf and turf, oh my goodness. Wow. So I can't think of a better way to make a lobster and a giant oyster even better than with a gorgeous, luscious steak. And this is an A5 steak. This is 3A steak, and if you know what that means, please let me know. But we'll go, oh my goodness, look at this fatty slice here. Right over here. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. And I believe that will be it, but just a little bit of potatoes. Beautiful veggies right over here. And maybe a little more with a touch of gravy. And an absolutely gorgeous plate. All right, round two is a lot more substantial with the massive fish and the rice and the crab. And of course, the massive oyster, which is dwarfing the lobster here. So with so many items, it's a little bit hard to choose. But let's dig into the lobster first. So I think these are steamed quite well here. All right, so a little bit small, but lots of juice. Oh, that is very nice, very delicious, and perfectly cooked. And I believe this is a bit on the smaller side of the lobster, but that's okay. There's so much more, a two-biter. But let's dig in to this massive oyster here. And this is a knife and fork type situation here. Oh, we'll cut into it. Bit of sauce. Oyster is cooked perfectly. And absolutely massive, nice and plump. Definitely not overcooked. And again, before it gets too cold, we'll go for the steak. And that is just falling apart, cutting beautifully. And I think I might have taken one with a bit too much fat. The steak, nice and tender, and just watch out for the sinewy bits. And to make it even better, a bit of steak, a bit of potatoes, and the gravy all together. Very nice. So with the lobster gone, let's try our dish number 2 with a bit of rice and that massive fish. And I believe this is the belly of the fish. So a bit fatty and gelatinous-y, if that is a word. Oh, gosh. Oh. So a very different texture, but a pleasant one, because this is the belly part, very fatty, and I believe that is kind of like the fish maw of the fish. And then of course, absolutely tender steam flesh of the fish belly. Oh. Very nice. And I gotta go for the rice, and as good as the rice is, I'm gonna have a bit of the crab sauce. And this is the crab roe as well. I think a little bit of shell there. We'll have it all together. And a bit messy, but mainly user error. But again, a little bit of the crab sauce and the rice is all I need. A little hard to eat and film at the same time. But we gotta try that lamb belly, and I believe we can cut it with a fork. Almost. Very nice, but it is an acquired taste because it can get pretty pungent if you're not used to the taste of lamb, especially how it's prepared in a Chinese clay pot stew. So very nice here. A bit of east meets west, and I'll finish this up and take it back for the Peking duck and the grill and all that great stuff. Oh, cheers. So off to round 3. More lobsters are there. Ooh. And I believe I missed the cheesy potato, but that's okay. We'll go back for more. But this time I'm here to check out the grill station, and especially the Peking duck station. But before that, just gonna grab a plate. And next to said plate is some dim sum. Okay. Oh. And this is a medley of the 2 favorites. And you know, the Xiao Mai looks really good right here. And we'll go for a shrimp dumpling. And I just realized that might have been a mistake, because probably should have gotten those last so that they're nice and hot. But let's go to the grill station here. And I can see the grill master grilling up all those beautiful skewers. So I'm gonna go for maybe a couple here. Number 1. and number 2. And let's see. Oh, so I got the lamb, and apparently there's 2 types of skewers because this is the beef skewer, and I better use the tongs. So if you can help me keep track, that's the lamb and that's the beef. And I can already see a nice fatty piece there. Let's see, some garlic eggplant, just like the ones we had at the king crab feast. That was Chef Grace's order, but these look much more flavorful because they are grilled instead of steamed. And some egg tarts, sweet potato, chicken, mushrooms. But let's see what else is next. Oh, and where you see a beautiful grill, you see the grilled foods here in the form of squid, some chicken, and a nice piece of fish. Oh, beautifully crispy right over here. And moving on, the short ribs. Oh, okay, that is nice and juicy. And maybe an omelet in the form of oyster. Oh, and a little bit of a dumpling or 2. All right, and finally we see the Peking duck. Oh, expertly carved, and these are the pieces here. Oh, thank you. All right. Oh, can I serve you one?
That's okay.
Oh, all right.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful pancake, and nice and thin with our hands. And some Peking duck, not with our hands. And, oh, thank you, sir. All right, thank you. All right, so we'll get a bit of the meat on one side and some skin on the other. A little bit of cucumbers, a lot of scallions, and the much needed hoisin sauce all over. And we better get back while this is nice and hot. All right, so it is getting better and better. And I remember in Toronto, there is a couple of buffets like this. Like this is the Asian Dragon, and I remember there's Dragon Pearl and Dragon Legend, and it seems like Toronto has Vancouver beat in terms of buffets. So I gotta try the Peking duck while it's nice and hot. So we'll roll this up very tightly, and let's give this a try. Like a taco, or actually a burrito, more to be exact. It's a little messy, but very good. And messy is a sign of a good Peking duck wrap, because a lot of sauce, a lot of fatty skin and meat, and cucumber adds a bit of refreshness to it. That is very nice. And the nice thing is it is unlimited, so you can have as much duck as you want falling out of the wrap, which makes it even messier. Cheers. And I knew I made a mistake when I got the dim sum items too early, because they are getting cold. And this was nice and soft and supple, so don't make this mistake that I did. A shrimp dumpling in a bit of oil. But still very good. Lots of filling, thin wrapper, although it's hardened a bit. And again, a bit of user error. Let's try the shell mai. A bit of hot sauce. Cheers. Shell mai, very good, nice and meaty, and they don't shy away from the fat. And with our hands, we gotta try the skewers, and I believe I got them mixed up, but this The darker one looks like lamb, and this is the beef. And let's try the lamb first. Looking really nice, and a bit of a fatty piece here. Actually, that's a little too fatty. Let's try the other piece. That's very nice. Perfectly seasoned, very tender, and not too gamey at all. Very good. And we'll try the beef next. Grilled to perfection. Oh. The beef is very lamby, and I believe this is a lamb, not the beef. Grilled really nicely, beautiful flavors of cumin, and a wonderful mix-up. And before it really gets too cold, we should go for the crispy fish. And that skin has certainly cooled down, but still a bit crispy. Let's give that a try. A bit of a twist and a turn. There we go. As the fish skin turns, so to speak. It's still got a bit of crunch. Still perfectly golden, just a bit cold. Again, that's my fault. Lots to do still with the dumplings and the short rib and the oyster pancake. And I'll take it back for dessert. Nothing as tasty as a nice cold glass of Coke. So as the evening begins, the dining room is certainly getting quite busy, and as full as I am, I'm just gonna hold off on the dessert station because it's nothing like a nice warm bowl of noodles. And I see they have one of my favorite beef, down here, beef brisket, and maybe something light like a rice noodle. So hopefully we can get some beef brisket. Hi, how are you?
你好，需要什么？
我可以要一个 beef brisket. Can I get like 很 small meal roll in the rice? No, vermicelli. 米粉. All right.
米粉有，对。
Oh, this is很 small? Oh, all right, thank you. So apparently my Mandarin isn't very good. I asked for a small one, but this doesn't look very small to me. I'm not sure it was me or cook, but still looks very good. Some veggies, some brisket. So a bit of the vermicelli first. Pretty good broth, a bit light, but noodles are nice and thin, so hopefully it doesn't fill you too much. And a bit of the brisket all together. It is warm, but it's nice to have something soothing and comforting on a cold Toronto day. Let's give this a try. The brisket needs just a bit more time to be tender. Still has a bit of a bite to it, so not as tender as I would like, but the noodles and the soup, very comforting. And very hot. So I'll finish this up, and this time we'll definitely go for dessert. And we already have our Hong Kong style milk tea in bottomless form. Never been this full at a buffet before. That noodle was not small, but I know I shouldn't, but the desserts do look pretty good. So I'm gonna leave the soup alone and I'll need to go for a little walk over to the desserts. So under normal circumstances, I would certainly skip the dessert, but it's only for the video that we can see what they have to offer. And that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Let's grab a plate. So normally a Chinese buffet isn't known for the desserts, but this is looking really good with the many cloches down there. I believe these are some of the exotic Asian desserts, down to the sesame rice dumpling, the soup, and said dumpling in the form of persimmons. All right, so let's take a look. Some Western jelly, and we transition into the Asian jelly. This is grass jelly, not my favorite, nor is the date and jelly substance, but let's see. Oh, this is kind of neat. This is a croissant, but inside is a salted egg yolk. And while I love to give it a try, I see something more interesting, but I believe this isn't dessert. This is bread with cheese inside and a mochi dumpling. All right, let's see. So this is interesting. This is kind of your bread station with muffins, and it slowly transitions into a dessert station here. And this is a Swiss roll. And as much as I would love a Swiss roll, I am going to skip that because there is a mango mousse cake that is looking gorgeous, nice and thin, so you can have other desserts. Carefully. All right, there we go. It's all that Hong Kong milk tea that's giving me the jitters here, and hopefully they'll stand up. It was worth a shot. And let's see. So from the mango mousse to the rainbow mousse to a black forest crunch cake. Let's give that a try. Carefully. You know what? It's gonna fall anyways. So why don't we just tip it over? There we go. Next to the mango mousse. And it's almost like a contiguous cake. Oh, and this is what they need. This is a smaller version of the Swiss roll, and I just wish they had a smaller version of the noodles, and that was huge. Oh, look at this. This is a snack corner, and you not only have the sweet snacks, but you have the savory snacks in the form of Pringles and cheesy puffs. And let's see what they have. This is our ice cream station, so we'll grab a cup right over here. And these are the ice cream. And I believe these are Asian style ice cream because while that looks like strawberry, I believe that is red bean. And since there are no labels, I'm just gonna assume the flavors here. So this I assume is red bean. This I assume is green tea. This I would say it's wasabi. And this I would say is potato. But let's go for a bit of the red bean, as it seems to be the most popular. A giant scoop here, and it's cold like the outside of Toronto. And that's it. And this is a small portion of ice cream, and I need to show this to the chef who was cooking up the noodles. And what is this? This is a popsicle. Not sure what that is, but maybe I'll give it a try at the end. And we are nearing the end with the healthy fruits, apples and grapes, and another type of fruit, tomatoes, and that transitions us to the salad station. But if I recall, I saw some nice waffles there. So I think I have an idea. We'll take a golden waffle right over here and a high fiber oat biscuit because I think we may need it. And my apologies. And we need to head back before the ice cream melts. All right, so a modest dessert, but if I'm still hungry, I have that bowl of soup that I can still finish up, but I can't see that happening. And I gotta try the duel of cakes there, the mango mousse cake and the Black Forest chocolate crunch cake. And I believe this is a crunch layer and this is a Black Forest layer. So a little bit all together. There we go. The Black Forest is there, but the crunch is gone, but still very delicious. Really chocolatey and cherry, almost like a Dr. Pepper in dessert form. Very nice. Oh, and I got a bit of crunch there. And it's always nice, and I didn't realize this, but the Hong Kong milk tea or the coffee milk tea is always full. That's really nice touch. And with a break and a refreshment from the tea, let's go for the mango mousse cake. Maybe a little bit bigger than normal, but that's okay. A beautiful bumblebee pattern. And very nice as well. And the reason I got the waffle is for, I guess, an ice cream sandwich. Okay, with the red bean. Split into two. Slices of strawberry. Right on top. And I remember there were comments about me playing with my food, and I think that is absolutely right, and just having some fun. And you know what, I think an open-faced waffle ice cream sandwich with a bit of red bean ice cream and some beautiful strawberries is a perfect way to cap off the evening. Nothing like a soft, creamy ice cream, whatever flavor that is, with a bright, fresh strawberry, all collected by a nice waffle. Cheers. Very nice. So this is Asian Dragon, and I guess in Canada or Toronto or a place called Scarborough, Canada's newest, largest buffet. And if you're here, there is a couple of these. There's, I don't think they're in the same company, but I remember visiting the Dragon Pearl and the Dragon Legend, and they were all very good. So if you're local or you're here visiting, definitely give the other ones a try again, the Dragon Pearl and the Dragon Legend. I think they're just a little bit higher than Asian Dragon, but I suspect it's only because they're starting out and they're still in their opening phase. So hopefully they'll get the kinks worked out, but certainly very impressive for Canada's largest buffet. So this is about $50 on the weekend with the lobster and all the seafood. So give it a try. It's $50 Canadian, and if you're from visiting from Vancouver or the States or Europe or Asia, please give it a try. $50 Canadian in US terms is like what, 35 and change? So not a bad deal. In fact, a very good deal. So thank you so much for joining, and until we see each other again, I hope you're keeping well, I hope you're eating well, and I hope you're traveling well. And I just got to finish up that bottomless cup of Hong Kong style milk tea. Very good. So thank you so much for joining and keeping me company on this first meal in Toronto, and really grateful to get to see all the work friends and all the people along the way. So again, thank you for joining, and God bless, and I'll see you again. And in the end, I did give that popsicle a try. A little bit clumsy, the 30-second rule. It just doesn't taste like a Coca-Cola should.